Hello, how are you doing? I'm Dr. Nalini Taneja, your mentor, coach, and today I'm going to talk about something which all of us experience, and that is how do adult tantrums look like? Now, do you know that chronologically we grow older? That means in numbers we increase. You could be 10, then you become 20, then 30, then 40, 45, 50. Year by year, chronologically, our age happens to increase. But increase in age does by any chance relate to increase in better behavior, or does it automatically lend us in becoming mature adults? I think we all know the answer to that question, and the answer is a big no. We have all come across people in our lives, whether they are family members, friends, people on the streets, relatives, siblings, who do tend to increase in the chronological age year by year. But when it comes to their behavior, when it comes to their maturity level, when it comes to their emotional quotient, they tend to behave as if they are just 2 to 3 years old. Have you ever experienced a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum on the roadside? I'm sure we've all seen it. Or in a store, or in a grocery store, or a chocolate store, where they are like, I want this chocolate. And by chance, if they don't get it, they throw a huge tantrum of immense proportions. They will lie down on the floor, scream, howl, cry and wail their heart out until unless they get what they want. Now, this is not just limited to those 2 or 5-year-olds. We all know of people in our lives, even as we have grown into our 30s, 40s, 50s, who behave in an obnoxious manner when things do not go their way. These people are throwing what we call an adult tantrum. Now, what are the signs of an adult tantrum? Now, these are the people, if things don't go their way, the first thing they start doing is abusing. Left, right, center, they will either abuse or curse the people around them because what they wanted or what they said or what they demanded was not fulfilled. I remember many years ago, I was in Korea. I was sitting, and by the way, absolute prayers and strength for all those who lost their loved ones in the horrific Halloween Itaewon district accident which happened in Korea. I think it is a tragedy of immense proportions which could have been averted, but prayers go to those bereaved families, and hope the powers that be give them the strength to bear that loss. But well, going back to the story, so not very far from where this incident happened, which is in Itaewon, the Hyatt Hotel is there, the Grand Hyatt is there. And I was there for a meeting or something, and I was in their cafe lounge, which is right at the entrance of the absolutely stunningly beautiful Hyatt Hotel. And suddenly, out of the blue, I was sitting having a meeting and over a cup of tea, and there is this Korean man, which in Korean language we call them ajushis. So he's probably ajushi, somebody who's between their 60s and 70s, and he starts screaming his lungs out at the lady who was serving him. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, if you have been to Korea, you know the standard of service is actually, it's at par with the best in the world. And they're very well trained. The staff is very well trained, and they try to do everything in the best possible manner to accommodate the wishes of the guest. And this man is screaming his lungs out. And he's cursing and is abusing, because I understand a little bit of the Korean language, much to the embarrassment of not just that lady who was serving him, but to the embarrassment of all the other people who were sitting. It was obnoxious behavior. We did not know how to react. We did not know we couldn't have the normal conversation, and I couldn't continue with my meeting because he was screaming his lungs out, and he was just 2 tables, on my right hand side. And that is a sure shot sign of somebody who is throwing an adult tantrum. That is number 1 sign. Number 2 sign, when somebody is throwing an adult tantrum, and this happens in one-to-one conversations among families, people will start calling you names. They will start telling you, oh, there was this thing you said 30 years ago that you did not complete. Or there was this something that you promised you did not do. This is something that you had said to me, you will do it like nearly a decade ago and you did not fulfill the promise. They will start reminding you of all your inadequacies to let you know that you are the one who is the culprit, and they can go scot-free because they, in their immense ego self, never do anything wrong. This is another sign when somebody is throwing an adult tantrum. The third sign when somebody is throwing an adult tantrum is they start to manipulate you in a very negative way. They will say, I did this for you, so you better be doing this for me. Don't tell me and don't come up with excuses. I was the one who took care of you then. Now it is your time to show up. So any incident that has happened in the past, they start to manipulate to get their way out. That's another short sign of an adult tantrum. The other thing these people start to do is they will start to manipulate. Okay, you want me to go on this holiday? If you don't do this, I will not go on this holiday with you. I am not going to do it till you do what I expect you to do. So they stop to do things that are part of their deal until unless they have their way or they get their way of what they are wanting out of you. Now, these adult tantrums are not only a sign of the immaturity of that person who is throwing them, but it is also a sign of, it's like a warning sign that should tell you, beware. Beware of this person, beware of this individual's emotional quotient, because as and when it will suit them, as and when their ugly ego self will rise, they will manipulate things for their own benefit. You will not matter or you don't count. And I personally feel that in a healthy relationship, both the parties have to matter. Their feelings have to matter, their desires have to matter, because the combination of a healthy relationship is when both feel respected and loved and cared for. So in adult tantrums, when you experience them, first of all, you should start to learn how to distance yourself from that person, that situation, or that relationship. I know of somebody in my personal life who invariably will throw a tantrum when you tell them to do the right thing. The minute you tell them to do the right thing, they will start speaking utter nonsense. They will say, oh, let all hell break loose upon your life. Or they will say such an uncalled for comment, you are scum of the earth. You don't know anything about your life. They just start to use so much of negativity and bad language because you told them something that they need to improve upon. Or you told them, or in a very protective way, that they need to take care of a few things. And if that doesn't sit well with them, they will start throwing a tantrum. So my feeling is, as women, we should learn how to stand up for ourselves. We should be the ones who should know when to call a person's behavior when they are not behaving in the manner that they are supposed to. Once you are adult, once you are mature, you are expected to have a certain level of mature behavior. If you, by any reason, have not grown up in that emotional quotient or have had not the wisdom or maturity to behave in a certain manner, then it is up to me to maintain that distance from you and call it quits, or for me to tolerate it to only certain level, and beyond that let you know this is not acceptable and this is the behavior that I do not endorse and I'm not going to accept. It is not the easiest thing to do, because when these people are in their ugly ego selves or when they are throwing an adult tantrum, they, for some thought process, they feel they are on the right and everybody around them is on the wrong, which of course never happens, because every side has two coins. Every coin has, two sides. So that doesn't really happen, but somehow they believe that. So it is up to you to take your distance, mark your boundaries, and let them know, if not at that given point in time, at a later stage when things have calmed down, next time, that kind of behavior is not going to be acceptable, and there are consequences attached to that behavior that will come from your end because you're not ready to take that kind of behavior. I hope this video helps you to understand what an adult tantrum looks like and how you should be able to analyze and learn to understand an adult tantrum is being thrown, and how you should learn to take a distance from them. It is a topic which further we'll delve into in the future videos. But for now, I hope you liked it. If this is the kind of content you like, you enjoy, and it's helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also check me out on Instagram at Dr. Nalini Taneja. You can follow me there, where I share in my shorts and reels small snippets of advice which can help you lead a fulfilling, happy and joyful life. That is it for now.